name is Max Rich. I'm here to teach you a little bit about the guitar today. If you didn't know, that was Little Wing by Jimi Hendrix. Stevie Ray Vaughan also did a really nice cover of that one. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about some techniques that I use in that, and some techniques that you can use to solo over something similar to that, a blues or rock song or whatever the case may be. So first, I'll start off by basically explaining the chords in this song are pretty simple. They're basically G, A minor, E minor, B minor, A minor, G, F, C, D, E minor. Now, something you can do to play a solo over basically any minor chord, if you know your minor pentatonic scale, that is starting on the 5th fret. If we're playing over an A minor chord, you start on the 5th fret, 6th string, A, C, D, E, G, 5th note of the scale, penta means 5, back to your root note A, C, D, E, G, A, C. That's a very, very common scale in guitar playing. It's something I would venture to say almost every guitar player utilizes at some point, especially in blues and rock and most American music. This song utilizes the pentatonic box in a way that you might not be so familiar with. It's basically, Jimi Hendrix had enormous hands, and he was able to play. He had a big reach on the neck, and he was able to bar chords very easily. And if you can bar, say on the 5th fret, and play those and leave your other fingers free to do something, then you can get that kind of sound, that polyphonic sound where you have multiple notes being played at once and a kind of a melody going on at the same time. That sort of a sound, where you're basically kind of strumming, I should say, very freely. You don't worry about accuracy too much when you're doing this. Now all I did there was keep my bar down, and I used my pinky to play that B, which is the 9. It makes a very nice minor 9 chord. And then ring finger. And he uses that technique throughout pretty much the whole song. This employs a similar idea. He's holding down a G major chord, and he's using his extra finger to play with whatever notes he can reach, and they happen to be the right ones, or the great sounding ones in any case. Same thing with the E minor, B, same thing. Back to this A minor. And that part, I'm playing a G chord, but I'm playing a G9 just to give it a little more flavor. I'm playing an A with my pinky in the top voice, and I'm sliding that chord. I slid it up to A, back to G, down to F, and then to a C chord. be familiar with this D shape. I actually prefer to play this shape of a D chord, which has my pinky on 5th string D, ring finger on F sharp, 4th fret, 2nd fret A, D with my middle finger, and I bar my 1st finger to get the F sharp on the top. Gives me a fuller sound, and if I want, I can add that F sharp in the bass, give it a nice kind of a texture. And that's basically the chords of the song. Now what you could do to solo over something like that, you use the pentatonic box, but you can use it in a way that maybe is unfamiliar to you. For example, something I like to use a lot is chicken picking or hybrid picking, which is where you use the fingers of your right hand to pluck notes 1 or 2 or 3 strings away from where you're picking. So for example, over this chord, over the A minor chord, I might go. Now I'm not exactly sure what I did, but I can give you a general idea. What I was doing, I would play 3 notes or 2 notes on one string, for example C to D in the pentatonic scale, and then I would jump up a string to my A up here. And I would get that A with my finger, because when you're doing it fast, it doesn't feel very comfortable to be jumping strings all the time with your pick. So right there. And you could do that for your regular pentatonic scale. I added that blue note right there, the D sharp. And that gives you that sound. And the way I ended that, I grabbed the E with my 1st finger here and my middle finger here, and then I jump down to the A. So that gives me. And chicken picking can also come in handy if you learn to expand your pentatonic box beyond this shape. If you can kind of stretch it out a little bit so that you're playing still the same notes in your pentatonic box, or I guess you can call it a minor scale as well, same thing, or pretty close to it. The only difference between a minor scale and a pentatonic scale is this B here. That F right there, and then so the difference between a minor scale and a pentatonic scale is really only 2 notes. The 2nd and the 6th are added to your pentatonic scale to give you a minor scale. And if you can stretch that shape out a little bit, I'll show you first the pentatonic version of this lick, and then I'll show you the minor scale version of this lick. But you could do both, but they both require chicken picking. So what you're going to do is you're going to play A with your 1st finger, C, D, all on the same string, and all with hammer-ons. And then you're going to jump up a string to the 4th string, play G, A, C. And it follows that pattern all the way up the neck, or all the way up the strings. And you jump back down a string, jump up a string, down a string, up a string. So that's 5th fret, 8th fret, 10th fret, 5th, 7th, 10th, 5th, 7th, 10th on the A string, and then you jump up again, 5th, 7th, 9th, 5th, 7th, 10, jump up, 5th, 8, back down, 5th, 7th, 9th fret, and finally 5th, 8th, 10th. And if you play that, the first of each string with your pick, the second when you jump with your middle finger or your ring finger, you're going to be able to play this a lot faster if you work your left hand and get the legato and the hammer-ons going. And it gives a nice effect over that kind of chord. Similarly, the minor version might be a little more comfortable at first. It follows, once again, the same pattern, but you don't change frets as often. In the beginning, you do the same thing, 5th, 8th, 10th, so A, C, D, G, A, C, and then after that, you stick with your middle finger. So that gives you